Sup?
Hey!
Keith, Tyler, the Game Pulse here with a news announcement discussion thingy-ma-shit.
Yeah.
Valve's been making some announcements this week. They still have one more left, and we're going to talk about it right now. Today they announced. Here I'll backtrack. Monday they announced a Steam operating system for computers that are Linux based, and yeah, I mean it's for Steam and stuff like that. It's free. It's supposed to make. It seems like they're trying to make computer gaming more accessible with it and stuff, with cool things like family sharing and all that stuff. And today they announced a sign up for a beta for
The Steam machine.
SteamBox, the Steam machine, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah. This beta, they're only giving it to 300 people. The beta will be out by the end of the year for it, and the final product is going to arrive next year. But it's not just going to be one console, like say PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or something. It's going to be multiple things. They're working with multiple manufacturers, I guess, to give variety in ways. Like I don't know, like a cell phone or something. You know what I mean? Like there's variety to it, but it's still
the same basic concept.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, we're just here to discuss possibility of a Steam box, what we think of these announcements, and what we think will come later. Queef.
I think this might be maybe not so much on Valve's side, but I think definitely on Steam. This is a big leap for them. I think an important one because I guess gaming is for a while now has been dominated by consoles, and so yes, even though in a lot of ways PC gaming can be considered better, it was just kind of always lagging behind because hardcore gamers they'd probably go buy it on. If they can get it for a console, they'd probably get it for a console.
Right.
Now they're opening, I guess with the Steam box, they're opening up the same service but console based. So I mean, I don't even know how the thing runs or like anything. We just know it exists. And then the Steam operating system just sounds like, because in order to play some of these higher up games, you need a better operating system, and so, or you just need a better computer. So I guess they're getting an operating system made so that like people like me who have a really crappy computer can finally play on the computer with a decent experience. I'm not saying it's going to be like going out and buying $1,000 computer experience, because there's no way, but I mean it'll be more able to play for like computer games, and I think that's probably a good move on their part, because that's what's probably hurts Steam and I guess in essence Valve at the same time, is that their content is heavily based on a small number of people who have access to it, when they haven't opened up and bridged out to access all kinds of people. So I think this was a smart move on their part.
I think it's interesting, and it's definitely worthy of discussion and everything. But I don't know. I just think there's a lot more unknowns than there is knowns with this. Who knows? Like they said about the Steam operating system, what it can do, but who knows how it actually works? They didn't show anything with it, and same with the Steam box or whatever. There's a lot of unknowns with it. Now, if you're a Steam fan, this is huge. I mean, you will be able to play games on your TV or whatever, and that's cool. You don't have to just sit there at your computer. This Steam operating system is said to improve, gamepad latency, it improve the graphical performance and audio performance and all that stuff, which is kind of neat. But I don't know. I just feel that this is a very niche thing. At least right now, I just don't know where it's going to land. I don't know where it's going to find a home. I'm talking about the Steam operating system. and because this whole thing to me is not very enticing. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to. I don't. What am I trying to say? Why should I put a shitload of money into getting a really nice computer when, you know, I could just buy a couple $100 console and get the same exact experience? I could get Netflix on it, I can get Hulu on it, I can get all that stuff, I can get great graphics, I can get all of that stuff. I just don't know where this is going to land. But then once again, it's not out yet. Who knows how it's going to, you know, work and do out there and stuff. But I think it could be cool. It could definitely... If Valve comes out with a SteamBox and is successful with it, I think it could really change gaming. You know, it could just... Because Steam has become more and more popular every single day, you know, and a lot of people like to get on there and, you know, play these, you know, cheaper games and all that stuff. It's a cool service. And, you know, if they could bring that to a console and bring some, you know, big titles with it, you know, I don't know, Half-Life 3, then, you know, that'll be pretty fucking huge. I think this has a lot of potential, but there's just a lot of unknowns to it, my mind. But it's definitely something that I will keep my eye on. It's just, at this point right now, I'm just not too enticed by it. But yeah.
The other thing with what you were saying about the buying it like $1,000 computer when you could just get a couple $100 console, that's kind of the consoles. You can do a lot of that stuff, but it's not as fluid. Like, you could argue, oh, I can get on the internet on my Xbox, but it's like a limited thing. You can only really go to things that they have an app for, and you have to download the app. At least if you bought this really nice computer, then not only do you have a, you know, something you can play games on really nicely, but you have a really nice computer that you can, like, if you have like a job that could work for your job, if you know, internet perform, all kinds of other stuff.
But this operating system is strictly for games for the most part. I mean, there's going to be some apps.
Yeah,
but it's just strictly for games. Like, basically, you would have to have two different computers.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're a gamer. Like, you know, when you download this is, and you get this operating system, it's just for games. It's not really built to do games in other computer-like things.
Well, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people, they have a computer and then they have their gaming computer. And that's also was another thing that I just thought of a part of it is, like, when you get a console, you're kind of stuck with that console. There's not really anything you can do about it. The computer is yours. Yeah, you put everything you want into it. If you do, you know, oh, I want better, you know, I don't care as much about the graphics. I want a really good sound quality. You could do that. Or I want to be able to kind of, to run a capture program, you know, have a capture program going, have my gameplay, and then also have the internet up just in case and have like 1,500 things open all at the same time. If you want something that can do that, you can get that. But if you don't have to. At least with a console, you're kind of here. You're stuck with this.
That is true. And that might be something that they're trying to change. Maybe the SteamBox is upgradable or something. I don't know.
Maybe
you can do something like that. Or if they did something like that, then that would be pretty huge. But, you know, someone like, you know, the average person, you know, why should I go down, get a brand new computer to get this operating system, or to do Steam stuff when I could get a new console? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but again, it's again that thing like I said of it's I made this. This is my thing.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
And then also, I mean, like, my computer sucks. I'd get a new computer, in which then, like, I've had to go through computers rather quickly, paying only, like, you know, $200-300 per computer.
Right.
I'd flesh out money for a longer lasting computer. That's the other thing. Those things last a long time. Mm-hmm. My friend Wes has been playing Steam games for a little bit, but now he plays exclusively Steam for the past 6 years, and he's been using the same computer for the past 6 years. Like, he's playing every day, doing all kinds of stuff. He's told me, because it's a laptop, he's told me he dropped it once. Like, it still works fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
To SteamBox, though, how much would you pay for a SteamBox? If the SteamBox came out and there was this really cool stuff for it, these really awesome games that were exclusive, like say Half-Life 3, Left 4 Dead 3, how much would a SteamBox be, worth in your mind?
Especially since it's jumping into new territory, I would not pay more than $400 for it. Like, I mean, if you could upgrade it, and there were things like that, like you were saying, and then, I'd maybe flesh out a little bit more, but like the base thing, it can't be more than a PS4, which, the PS4, Sony's a reliable maker. They've made good consoles. Same thing with Xbox. They're known for making, some good consoles. This is kind of like you're taking a shot in the dark with this. So I wouldn't flesh out $500-$600 for that. I wouldn't do that because it's not smart.
I don't even think I would flesh out more than $250 or maybe even $200 for this. I think if Valve really wants to, really pull people into Steam and get people into Steam, then it has to be a lot cheaper than the PS4 or Xbox One, or maybe even cheaper than the Wii U. And the Wii U's somewhat cheap, at least now. It's only $250, which isn't too bad. But I just feel that they would have to make this kind of very cheap. But then again, it also depends on what's in the box. What does the box actually do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like if they put some really amazing, out of this fucking world processor in there, say like the cell processor in the PlayStation 3, of course it's going to be more expensive. But I don't know. I don't think it should be too expensive.
We'll have to wait to see how this unfolds, because there's a lot they could have, and they're announcing something else on Friday. We don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. They've already announced, a console and operating system. I assume they're going to announce games.
They could announce games. They could, I don't know, announce more maybe about the SteamBox or something like that.
Because you probably have to sign up for it. I'd sign up for the beta just to try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming they're just giving it to people so they can try it out.
There's some weird requirements though for it. You have to of course you have to be a Steam member. You have to accept their terms and policies and all that stuff. But one of the requirements I thought was kind of funky is you have to have at least 10 friends. That's just kind of random.
I guess that hey, we want to make sure they don't get that that guy from South Park who sits in his basement eating chips all day. They want somebody who can be like, dude, this is fucking awesome, dude, you gotta buy this shit. They want that.
Alright, so you have to have 10 friends, and you have
probably on Steam. You have to have 10 friends.
And you have to have a profile, and join the community group, and you have to play a game using a gamepad in big picture mode. Whatever that is. I don't know that.
Okay, so maybe I can... Because, like I said, I know my friend Wes is probably excited, so I could ask him if he somehow gets his hands on one, if I could play it. Just so that, the experience.
Yeah. I just feel there's a lot of unknowns about this whole thing.
Yeah,
how's it going to look?
There is, but then they're in development.
True.
I mean, they're gonna. I guarantee you, even though some of the people might not have YouTube accounts, the second the beta testers get their SteamBox, they're at least putting pictures of it up online and all kinds of other shit.
Everywhere. So
I think that's about it.
That's about it. If Valve announces something absolutely amazing on Friday, we will be here to talk about it.
Again,
yay! So, very interesting stuff. We'll be talking about this more as info rolls out. So, let us know your thoughts on the Steam operating system, the SteamBox, what you do, whatever, all that stuff. Subscribe if you want more awesomeness and sexiness from Keith.
Because we know you do.
Yeah. And so we'll see you around.